because I built it, man. I know it doesn't do. I got a bad feeling about this. This thing doesn't fire. What's up, geeks? Welcome to the Smuggler's Room. I'm Brian Thompson, and today you're watching part 2 of our custom Han Solo DL44 blaster build. Now we have a lot of things to get to today, and we're going to start by taking a BB gun scope, taking it apart, cutting it down so that it fits our prop. Then we're going to build the mount for the scope, and once we're done with that, we'll put on all the greeblies for the blaster. That'll get us that much closer to the weathering and the final stages of this build. So there's a ton of things to do, so let's get started. For part 2 of our assembly, we'll start by taking a BB gun scope, stripping it down, and then cutting it to length. Next, we'll design, build, and assemble the scope mount. And finally, we'll select and attach all the greeblies on the prop. Okay, so we've mounted the blaster into this vise using a couple floor mats to protect the handle and hold it upright so we can work on it. Before we paint any further, we need to kind of figure out what we're going to do with the scope and how we're going to mount the scope to the blaster. What I needed was some kind of bracket. This sort of has a U shape similar to the actual prop, so that looked kind of cool. All I did was cut off the bottom part of this. It's aluminum, so you can use wood tools on aluminum, so like the bandsaw. So I think it would look pretty slick if you mounted it to the top here, and then we need to find a way to mount it to the blaster. And we're probably going to have to go just a little higher than the actual replica so that this would sit up flush against there. We also need to probably notch out this profile in the aluminum here so that when we go in tight, we can get a little closer to the actual base of the gun. The other aspect is how to get this attached to this. Surprisingly enough, in this situation, the actual mounts for the BB gun scope itself fit pretty nicely against here. They're a little loose, but we can actually put some set screws in there and mount that secure. But then it's designed to work with this, and then when we get that all mounted on there, it should look pretty slick. So, first thing we need to do is notch this so we can get a nice fit against the blaster, and then we'll move forward on the mount. Okay, so we made the little notches in the side of the aluminum, and I also, while I was at the bandsaw, sliced off a small section on either side of this, about the thickness of this piece of aluminum right here. The reason is on the blaster itself, the bottom bracket has a squared piece of material with two large round screws, and then this sits right over the top of it. So in order for this to sit flush, we needed to cut a channel so that the bracket underneath would stay on there nice and tight. I also had to make a small adjustment to the actual resin piece. On the top of the slide up here, there was a protrusion sticking out that wasn't allowing the scope to sit up against. All right, so the next thing we need to do is drill into the resin piece where these are going to go, so we can set the screws in there as well as this plate and get it drilled in there. And then we need to countersink a couple of holes in here, and then we also have to get this mounted to the plate. So those are the next steps we're going to take. So the first step in this process will be to find the location of the holes on our base plate. At the drill press, we use a drill bit that is slightly smaller than the hole we desire. Then we can move up to a step bit until we achieve the exact diameter we're looking for. Back at the resin cast, we use the base plate to mark the holes on our resin piece. Then we use the micrometer to determine the correct drill bit based on our bolt. We mark the drill bit with yellow tape so that we know the depth that we are going for. In this case, the drill bit is actually slightly smaller than the bolt we are using. This way I can use the threads from the bolt to actually create threads in the resin cast, and that'll give a strong hold in addition to the glue. Next, we use an Allen wrench and our bolts to create the threads in the resin cast. Alright, so we drilled out our bracket, the two larger holes on the outside. We also drilled in a couple of the smaller holes here, and then I put in some set screws. Just like the resin, the aluminum is fairly soft, so I was able to use these set screws to create threads into the base plate here. So now I've got a nice solid fit and a nice tight hold on the base plate. I did attach the scope mount to the top here. We need to do a test fit on the blaster itself. I'm going to use these kind of hex head bolts because, as you know, in a galaxy far, far away, they do not have a Phillips screwdriver anywhere. I found some little round knobs from an old camera, and I have two of those, which is perfect. Throw those in combination with a couple of washers and then slide the hex head through there. Let's test fit it out here and let's see how it works. And there we go. That's not half bad. Beyond that, we need to address some of the greeblies, like on the front of the blaster. Here is a 3D printed version that I found on Thingiverse, and I'll link below in the show notes where you can get this. It fit on the front. It was like a vent for the front end. I don't want to use that for this build because we did discuss building this whole thing pretty much out of found parts. So we'll find something else for the front, and then I believe that there's also maybe a couple little things that'll be mounted to the back. Okay, so the last thing we need to do before we get into any of the painting and weathering is apply any additional greeblies we want on this side of the blaster, on the opposite side of the blaster of the scope. A couple years ago on eBay, I bought a camera lot. Camera parts tend to be pretty slick. They're really unrecognizable, for one, which is kind of the goal, that you don't know what they are. And they just have a quality about them that seems to meld really well when you're doing this type of thing. I had a whole bunch of these square pieces. This one would look really good on the side of the blaster there. And then I also had a cap, which is also for a knob on an old camera. Couldn't tell you which one. Again, it came in that pack. And so I thought really we could throw those two things on there like so. And then maybe just one more piece. I've got a little square or rectangle brass bracket that I could mount up here on the top. And that's about it. And you want them to be kind of low profile and that kind of thing. So if you build a holster or whatnot for it, this side that's against your leg would slide in there without any problem. And then it's ready for another coat of primer, another coat of silver, and then we can start doing the weathering and finishing this thing up. Okay, geeks, we are almost there. Next week, we'll put on the final touches, apply the weathering and paint, and then we can call this one done. I hope you've enjoyed this project so far, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week when we finish this project up. In the meantime, keep building something out of nothing. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.